Evan, good to see you, man. Thanks so much for your time.
Of course. It's great to meet you, PD. It's
Yeah,
great
it's
to
great to meet you too. It's interesting. Every time you do something that is based on something that people know about, like if you like adapted screen, like an adapted something, right? Like something that was a book, now it's a movie or a show. I feel like from an acting perspective, you can have different like mindsets, right? Like, what's your mindset specifically when you work on something that like existed in another kind of medium, so to speak?
I think you just have to make it your own, you
Yeah,
know. I can read the book or listen to the audiobook and when I'm listening to it, I'm thinking of not me. I'm like,
yeah.
oh, I'm picturing the way he's described in the book. And then there comes a point where you adapt it and you got to do it. And you're like, okay, I have to find a way to make Finn work on me. Because I think even in the audiobook, they say broad shouldered. And I'm like, geez, I should start doing some shoulder press yesterday, But at some point, you just have to make it work for you. And this was a lot of fun.
You can answer this specifically with Providence Falls, but like you have with your body of work played these characters before, but like more than others in this, like there's a lot of characters that are just lost and doing self-reflection and figuring things out. From an acting storyteller perspective, is that more fun or more challenging playing these lost characters? Because from the viewer perspective, they don't know they're lost. So I always find that very interesting.
And you're talking about Finn specifically.
I mean, Finn, I feel like he's got some moments where he might be lost. I don't know. I mean, you probably like, what do you think about him specifically in regards to that?
I think of course, he doesn't know what he doesn't know in these movies,
Yeah.
but I just try to play it like Finn wants one thing, and
Yeah.
he wants Cora,
Yep.
and that's his main goal. And
Yep.
so, sure, I don't know what I don't know, but the only thing that I care about and the only thing that I want is Cora, and I just play it
But
dead
that's the
on.
thing. That's why I say it's tricky because the way you bring it up, he's not lost. Like he knows what he wants, right? So it's like a ping pong match a little bit, right?
But if he knew the truth, he'd be like, "Whoa!" But no, he's got blinders. That's it. It's
It,
just
it You mentioned, like in three parts, like three different films. I mean, were these shot in sequence specifically, or as much as they could have been? Like, I'm just curious about that.
the movies were shot in sequence, the scenes were not.
Yeah,
As yeah, they never
yeah,
are.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Do you imagine if it's like you start with the third movie? Can you imagine that? That'd be like
I have done
interesting.
that before. I have done that before. It's crazy. It's nuts. Yeah, that would be nuts.
I am always interested in conversations that happen within creatives and within the storytellers that kind of get to what we see on Hallmark with Providence Falls, because there's going to be so many conversations. Those conversations, depending on the cast, the crew, and the situation, will happen at different times, Evan. They'll happen like before production, or they'll happen a lot during production. But some productions, it's kind of one of those, all right, we did all the prep we can. We're in the mindsets. Let's just go do it. And then if some side conversations and little things happen, they happen. What were the conversations like for Providence Falls with the directors, the writers, and the cast? And when did those happen the most for you specifically, before or during production?
That's an awesome question. And both is the answer to that. I remember we had our first cast dinner and we were trying to figure out the love triangle. And it's like, okay, what does Finn bring? What does Liam bring? And how are we going to play this whole dynamic? And how do we highlight the character? I think that was the biggest thing with the love triangles. How do you highlight each of the characters' strong suits so that because you don't want it to get muddled. You
Yeah.
don't want two characters to start have two similar traits, and then all of a sudden the love triangle is like off balance, you know?
Yeah.
Um, but we had a lot of discussions as we were shooting as well, and we all had the chance to go to Ireland together, and we're figuring out the story there. And it was a super collaborative experience. And our producers, Kate and Joanna, they were very welcoming and collaborative as well.
I know as an actor, you try not to do this. But given that we've kind of established that, Providence Falls, the fans are so excited for this. Like all the comments when the teasers came out on Hallmark, everyone's so excited for it. They're going to be dialed in. You know what I mean? Are you ever conscious of the audience member watching Providence Falls while you're making it, while you're in production? Or is that something that happens a little bit more after you wrap?
After rap,
Okay.
because for me, I'm so devoted and dedicated to the process of it. I
Yeah.
really am, and I love doing it so much that I almost forget that the thing has to come out. you
Yeah.
know? And
Absolutely.
then the teaser comes out and people are, I hear like pre-reviews or something and I'm like, "Oh, right, we did this whole thing." And to me it was just like a photo book, a chapter of my life that in some way did exist. And I'm like, oh, now we get to share it with the world. So
Yeah. No,
answers are
that's a fair answer. That question is something I'll bring up here and there, and sometimes it's like it's 50-50, man. Like sometimes I'll get like you actually said no but gave like explanation. Sometimes I'll just get like no, I don't think of the audience at all. And then it's just like okay, cool. But then it's kind of one of those things too where it's more like you wrap a really cool scene, let's say in a park or something, right? And then you go to lunch. It's one of those like maybe talking to crew being like, "Oh man, like people are going to really be like blown away from this scene." You know what I mean? It's more like that, I guess, is the root of my question too.
okay. That's funny you say that because in my experience, if people on set are like, man, whew, great job. You did
Yeah.
so good in that scene. Those are the ones that I'm like, wow, I was horrible in that scene.
Yeah.
And it's the ones that I'm like, oh my God, I did so bad in that scene that if I ever see it back, I'll be like, oh, that was better than I thought it was, you know?
No,
So
absolutely.
even when you're on set, it's like the things that people connect to in the script, you can't control and you have no grasp on that. It's just going to be what it is and people are going to connect to whatever they connect to.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can't wait for people to see the Providence Falls series, like the three parts on Hallmark. They're great. You're greatest fan. Congratulations, man. Evan, it was really nice to meet you, man. Great to see you. Thanks so much for your time.
Great meeting you. Great energy, man.
I
Appreciate it.
appreciate that. Thanks.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.